name is Nancy Baker Jones. I'm currently the president of the board of directors of the Ruthe Winegarten Foundation for Texas Women's History, and that's where I spend most of my time. The foundation was created by a number of Ruthe Weingarten's friends after her death in order to increase public awareness about Texas women's history and about her life as a historian and what she contributed to the study of women's history. We tried to provide opportunities for young people to be rewarded for doing research about women in Texas history and to increase public awareness. The reason that women's history is so important is that we have finally moved the stories of women, their contributions and their additions and the wonderful things that they've done, the bad things they've done, everything about them, more from margin to center in the history of the United States. And so what that does is give everybody, not just women, but everybody, a more complete sense of who we are as a people and where we've come from and what it has taken to get to where we are now. I think it's especially important for young women, for girls, to understand that they have shoulders that they can stand on, that there are women in the past who have done some remarkable things and have been scared sometimes and have taken opportunities and risks, and they have blazed a path that many young women can take advantage of. It took until 1954 for women in Texas to be able to serve on juries. It took until 1967 for women to have equal property rights along with their husbands. It took until the 1970s for women to have equal credit. And we can thank individual women for standing up and saying, this isn't right. The world is trying to tell us that women are inferior, that women are less than men in some way, and that's just plain wrong. My mother, who was a full-time mother, she was well educated, and she wanted to be very certain that I became educated as well. The other two women that are important to me are Ruthe Winegarten and Molly Ivins. I think the two of them were very much alike, and they lived at about the same time period, although Ruthe was older than Molly. Both of them believed very much in the fact that ordinary people, this is something Ruthe used to say, that ordinary people are the base of all political structures, and that if you deprive ordinary people of their history, you deprive them of their power. So I think that that's really what the two of them had in common. Molly was very committed to making sure that ordinary people had information about the present, and Ruthe was very concerned about making sure that ordinary people had information about the past. One of the definitions of feminism is that it helps people to have equal access, to help them have options for what they want to do, and not so that people are not discriminated against when they go about living their lives. I think that women's history and feminism are inextricably linked, and that we wouldn't have women's history if we didn't have women who at some point said, these are stories that need to be told, and these are important stories, and these stories should not be forgotten. And so what you have in the beginning were activists such as suffragists who were writing down stories for their own, just for their own records. That's where women's history started. I would like to let everybody know that all of us, ordinary people, make history every day just by being alive. We are like those dutiful spiders who are busy spinning beautiful works of art in their webs. Every day we go out and we live our lives, and when time passes, what we have done becomes considered historical. One of the remarkable things about studying history is that you will learn things that you never knew before, and that will surprise you, and that will thrill you. And I want everybody to feel that your life, really, and your life story is in your control. It can change your life for the better. Knowing information, knowing that you have strength, knowing that there is strength in your past, can give you strength for the present and to go into the future.